BB 851, turn right heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
Hello everyone, welcome to DJ's Aviation. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone that tuned in to the first episode of the DJ show. I really did enjoy it and I hope you did as well. If you've followed me and my channel for the past few months, you'll probably know that Project Sunrise is extremely interesting to me and something I love to explore. Not only is it because Qantas, the airline who are leading Project Sunrise, are my home carrier, but also the endless possibilities and opportunities this project will bring. Today's video will act as an update on the situation with Project Sunrise, as well as a huge surprise. I'll be focusing on the possibility of a new variant to the A350 family, which would be appropriate for Project Sunrise. During the A350-1000 demonstration tour, the Dash 1000 visited Sydney. During its stay, this gave Qantas the time to complete a test flight with engineers on board and officials. The morning just before the flight took place, engineers were also inspecting the aircraft. We weren't really given any information on the reasoning behind it, as from up until that point it wasn't known to us that Qantas were actually considering the A350-1000. Rather, the speculation was around the Dash 900 ULR. In recent days, however, it's been reported widely by airliners.net, OzBT and more that Airbus are seriously considering an A350-1000 ultra-long range. I just want to interject myself and mention to you all that this part of the video is being recorded a day later than the original audio. This is because just after I finished my script and started editing, quite a bit of news broke on the topic, and that involves the European Aviation Safety Agency, or the EASA, confirming that a 316-ton maximum takeoff weight variant for the Airbus A350-1000 is now available. Now, you might think this isn't a big deal, but this new variant actually will provide carriers with an additional hour of flying time while carrying 366 passengers. This is especially huge for Project Sunrise, as of course they need the extra range while keeping that same amount of passengers. The news broke when Airbus CCO Eric Schultz confirmed earlier this week at the IATA Summit in Sydney that the idea of launching an ultra-long-range variant of the A350-1000 was being considered and is firmly on the table. This is where Project Sunrise comes into the mix. Eric further confirmed that Airbus had meetings with Qantas in regards to Project Sunrise and the A350-900 ULR, and of course, other aircraft. Schultz said, "We know what we can do with the 900 because that's what is done today with Singapore Airlines, and we also look at what we could do with the Dash 1000. While it's impossible to determine how far conversations have come, it would appear that Airbus are leading the race in regards to providing an aircraft fit to complete routes to London, New York, Paris, Cape Town and Brazil, all from the eastern side of Australia, which is home to Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne. A key for Qantas CEO Alan Joyce with these new ULR services are also coming down to the cabin product which will be on offer, not necessarily just the airliner's range. What Qantas want to present to travellers is the opportunity to experience something on a flight that no other carrier in the world can offer. This is where the cargo class also comes into play. The idea of a cargo class has been a long time in the making, and was only recently officially revealed through some renderings which Airbus provided. Through Qantas implementing something like this on their ultra-long range services, it offers them another passenger experience that isn't found on other airlines. Other ideas presented include an exercising facility and onboard lounges. Despite all these new ideas, Qantas are still mildly concerned over the logistics of these new additions, so without a doubt, a lot of planning would be needed to execute these ideas properly. Continuing on with the idea of sleeping berths, Joyce said the following: "One of the concepts that we have is maybe if we're not carrying freight, you do something lower where cargo is, on the aircraft. Do you have an area where people can walk? Do you have berths like on a train?" Adding, "Could some of the freight areas we may not use be used as an exercise area? Could they be used for berths for people to sleep in? Is there a new class that's needed on the aircraft? And that's just further validating what I said. Other ideas which have been pitched by Airbus, not Qantas, include a conference room, kids and family zone, as well as a medical care zone. However, Schultz has said that weight considerations will play an important role in the final configuration of these jets. I have a friend who was kind enough to get some information from someone who works at Airbus. His friend said the following. I should add that this isn't confirmed information, but something rather to ponder on. So far, it seems Rolls-Royce is up to the task in providing a higher thrust variant of the Trent XWB. The goal is to avoid engine thrust increases, but if it's needed, they can do it. This is subject to change though, as engineers have not yet pushed the engine to this limit in commercial application. Airbus is also considering the original A350R. This is basically an A350-1000 shrink to the 900 length, but keeping the 1000 gear. It would allow for higher takeoff weights. The Dash 1000 engines and wing would also stay the same. Think of it as a Dash 900 with Dash 1000 wheels, engines and wings. Fuel system modifications and software changes would also pair the aircraft just like they did with the Dash 900 ULR. He adds, Qantas is happy with the Dash 900 ULR and understands it can meet their goals, but still wants Airbus and Boeing to throw the best of the best. Engineers at Boeing and Airbus have an idea on what each are planning. Rumours are spreading that the 777-8X will get a ULR variant, but engineers are skeptical. The weight is already way too high, and any increase in fuel load will require a longer wing, stronger landing gear, which they cannot achieve, and adjusted folding winglets. The folding winglets are great, but the mechanism limits the fuel capacity in the wing. I'd like to thank my friend very much for providing this info from his friend at Airbus. I should mention, take that with a grain of salt. We don't know if this is all confirmed, but even still, it's really interesting to get some insider information from Airbus. Moving on to a question you may have, that being, what's the key difference between the two A350 variants? Essentially, there will be multiple differences between any variant of aircraft, whether that be the 787, 757, even to the A330neo to the standard A330. Keeping it as simple as possible, the Dash 1000 carries around 10% more passengers, and in the sky or on the ground can be differentiated by the sheer length of it. One could compare it to the Boeing 777. I'll mention we're comparing the 1000 to the Dash 900 variant. The possibility of an A350-1000 ULR is extremely exciting, and as time moves forward, to me it's going to be very interesting to see what Qantas opt for their Project Sunrise. While the talk has been around Airbus, Boeing do have their 777-8 on offer, which has been noted as a possibility as well. From that insider information we got from the person in Airbus, they said that Boeing were even looking at the possibility of a 777-8 ultra long range. Now the Dash 8 in the 777X series already has a very good range, a bit less than the A350 ULR, but if Boeing were to exercise the option to increase the range, I believe it currently sits at 16,000 kilometers, let's say that went up to past 18,000, it would straight away put it ahead of the A350 ULR. And then we could just see Qantas opt for Boeing. One thing's for sure though, ultimately, regardless of the decision that Qantas make, the two aircraft do suit Project Sunrise. And we know from previous conversations, Qantas do in fact regret not ordering the 777 and opting for the A380 instead. So even if they went for, let's say, the A350 ULR or the A350-1000 ULR, the 777X still could be a possibility for them to expand in the future. It doesn't necessarily have to be placed on their Project Sunrise routes, but it could just be used for fleet expansion, future growth, or they could have that and the A350 ULR working hand in hand. I'd like to ask you though, what do you think will happen? Do you believe Qantas will order the A350 ULR or the 777-8? What do you make of the new rumours that we've heard coming out of Airbus? Do you think that maybe the 777-8 ULR or ER is an option? Or do you think none of these rumours will come true and maybe Qantas will just opt for the A350-900 ULR? I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts, as it is quite a complicated situation. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop it a like, and of course, if you're new to the channel, the subscribe button is always there. I'd like to take the time now to thank you very much for watching this video of mine. If you're interested in watching episode 2 of the DJ show, it will be going live at the same time on Sunday, and I look forward to you all joining me either in that stream or in the next video of mine. Goodbye.
Oh, well.